Hey everybody, Kenny Chapman here, the Blue Collar Coach with my buddy and mentor, Joe Polish. Now, I've been talking to you a lot lately about our billion-dollar contractor marketing system. And a lot of you are saying, what does that mean, Kenny? What is that all about? Well, it's because this marketing system is responsible for over $1 billion in service sales in other industries. And now, my buddy Joe has picked me to bring it to you so you can generate different sales. And you might wonder, like, what is this all about? Okay, who is this guy? So I just want to take a minute and say, hey, here's my buddy Joe, and he's a master marketer. He's the founder of Piranha Marketing, the founder of Genius Network, a group that I belong to. And Joe, I mean, you're one of the best in the business, and you're probably too humble to hear that. But
actually, I can be a total smartass, but I will say that, yeah, it's always funny to hear, certain things. But yeah, I mean, I started out as a Deborah carpet cleaner living off credit cards, and I learned marketing because I needed to eat, I needed to survive, and ended up falling in love with it. And I got to mention this on the video. We are standing here where it is sprinkling rain, so we're going to get drops of water on our face, and I'm getting hit. I'm like, oh, this is going to be kind of funny. But no, but you're right. When it comes to the marketing strategies that I first developed for my own service company, we have shared these with literally thousands, tens of thousands of business owners all over the world. And they have generated, from what we can loosely track, the strategies alone for my clients, over $2 billion in sales. So it is not an exaggeration. It's not hype. I've had over 7,800 professional cleaning and restoration companies just in that industry that actually have become members and utilize the marketing systems in the late 90s, before the internet and everything, because that's where we learned all this. It was before even online marketing. Every major phone book in the United States had one or multiple versions of my ads running with 24-hour free recorded messages. A lot of these HVAC people, a lot of these contractors, pest control companies, all kinds of different service businesses. So there's very few people like us that actually really focus on direct response marketing for services businesses. But I also want to share that, I'm a convert of my own system. I never learned it thinking I'm going to teach it to other people. I learned it because I needed it. When you have to apply it to your own company like you do, you understand it at a much different level than someone that says, oh, let me write a book, or let me become a guru or a seminar leader, or things like that. So these are very powerful strategies. I could talk forever on a lot of this stuff. Some things I would point out, because I know you hear it all day long with your clients, is, for one, does this work? Will it apply to my business? What do I need to do first? Sure. And what I would say, like, I've had a marketing company since 1994, so I've been doing this a long time, and I have dealt with many people, and the number one obstacle with someone having success with their marketing is simply valuing the importance of marketing. They underestimate just how critical it is. And years ago, I read this book by Michael Gerber, who ended up becoming a friend of mine, but he wrote a book called The E-Myth. And I ended up doing consulting for Michael back in 1997. And at the time, he told me it was the best day of consulting he had ever spent with a marketing person. Nice. And his book, though, was about systemizing and automating different parts of your company. It's kind of like run it like, you've read the book. Absolutely. And, run it like a franchise organization. Now, that book didn't give me any marketing answers, but before I learned marketing, it planted a seed. And it was, how do you set up your company if you're going to have multiple locations? How do you automate it? And I thought, if there's any area of your company, from the inventory to, the computer system, to the filing system, to, how you clean things, to how, all the different aspects of things involved in a service company, if there's any area that is most important to automate and systemize, it's the one area that brings in all the money. And that would be the sales and marketing division. So I created this whole quest of, like, how do I systemize and automate the things that do selling? Because selling is what you do when you're on the phone or face-to-face with somebody. Marketing is what you do to get someone on the phone or face-to-face with you, so they're properly positioned, so by the time that you talk with them or meet with them, or your technicians or anyone on your company, your employees, your team members, meet with people that are pre-interested, pre-motivated, pre-qualified, and predisposed to do business with you. They're properly positioned. So marketing done right makes selling easy, and in many cases unnecessary. And if you do have salespeople, which most companies do, or if you're the salesperson yourself, then this type of marketing that Kenny is providing you will actually make any salesperson's job infinitely easier. And not only is it ethical and effective, It's time management marketing, because if you can spend your time having people being properly positioned, they're not calling you up with the number one question saying how much you charge. They're going to ask you how much you charge, but if the main thing that you're hearing from people is how much you charge, is because every consumer has a system for buying what it is they're buying from you, from anyone. It's called price, and the reason that they have that is because they don't know what else to ask. But when you give them other things to ask you questions about, like, it's what I learned: consumer awareness guides, consumer awareness messages, videos, all the stuff that you're teaching people. What I learned is the best way to sell someone is to educate them. Teach them all the things that they don't know. For example, this video right now, to someone that isn't a client of yours, or someone who's not a client, they're a prospect. They're looking at what you do. They're watching me. They don't know me from Adam, but they're watching me. If anything that I say would be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of marketing as positioning. I didn't know there was a difference. What we're doing is we're educating them, and we're teaching them things that they don't know, or they're thinking about it. Well, my first consumer guide to carpet cleaning was 7 questions to ask a carpet cleaner before you invite them into your home. 8 mistakes to avoid when choosing a carpet cleaner. How to avoid 4 carpet cleaning ripoffs. Crawling critters and crud. A guide to the slime, grime, and livestock that's seeping, creeping, and galloping through your carpet. Which method cleans best? The difference between value and price. Well, all of my other competitors were saying, here's how much I charge.
Yeah.
I was saying all this other stuff.
Cheap,
and
cheap,
I know I'm
cheap.
rambling here. I went on a total tangent here.
That's true.
But yeah, and so everyone else is competing on price, and then all of a sudden people would call me up after reading a consumer guide or listening to a 24-hour free recorded message, again, before the internet even existed, because there wasn't YouTube videos, there wasn't social media, so those were just delivery systems. So I had all of this stuff, and all of a sudden people would call me up and say, when could you do the job? Because the number one question in all consumers' minds is, who can I trust? And so your job as a marketer, as a business owner, is to establish trust and rapport with people, and you do that by educating them. You do that by offering powerful guarantees. You do that by showing social proof and testimonials in all of the things that you're paying someone. And if you had to go and learn this on your own, forget about how much money all of these marketing systems have made. If you had to go and learn how to do this stuff on your own, and you didn't have templates that Kenny is providing and laid out recipes, think about if you just had to figure out, well, how do we sell something? I didn't even know what marketing meant until I started reading newsletters and books from copywriters, people who got paid to write words. And I learned that the difference between a $1 bill and a $100 bill is the message on the paper. Same paper, same ink. One has a different message. And so you got to look at your websites, your social media, the side of your van, every sort of communication, and say, am I offering a compelling message? Am I making an irresistible offer? Because as my friend Dean Jackson says, I do a podcast with him. It's the top marketing podcast on iTunes. He says that a compelling offer is 10 times more powerful than a convincing argument. And most of your competitors are having convincing arguments, whereas Kenny is providing you with a compelling offer so you can integrate it into your business. And that's why this stuff is so important. That's why it makes sense to learn it, because most people won't invest the money to learn it. They won't invest the time. And the vast majority of people, you're not going to learn this in business school. You're not going to learn this from most books. Because it's difficult to learn how to do it. So when you have someone that will put in the time, the money, the energy, and the effort to figure it out and to test it, so you know that these are not just something he thought up on his own. I mean, that this has been proven with, then someone that wouldn't invest in that just simply wants to have what I call a half business, something that's hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating, versus an elf business, which is easy, lucrative, and fun. So that's some of my spiel.
See, and so that's why I just wanted to take a minute here and bring Joe to you live, because, we've been crushing it for you with sales. You know that we are the top game for you to convert. But here's the deal. You've got to have leads to convert. And so many of you have said, oh, we need more leads, Kenny. We need more leads, Kenny. That hasn't been our specialty. So I hooked up with my buddy Joe, and now we're bringing you some of the best marketing for service business ever alive, what he's talking about right now, okay? So I just want you to really think about this for you and what you want to do and how you want to position yourself, okay? It's proven, it's there. I'm not forcing you. He's not forcing you. We're just here having a good time together talking about it.
And the stuff that you sell, if people don't like it, you guarantee it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if they don't like it, any other. So if they don't even like you, if they don't even like me, it's like, at least try the strategies, but try them the way that they're designed to be, you know, because
the
if
way they're designed.
yeah,
That's right.
you don't hire a brain surgeon and then tell him how to do the operation. I mean, you let the expert do what they're doing. So if you're going to be given a roadmap and a plan, follow it as closely as humanly possible, and also know that you can't deliver crap service. I mean, we can give people the best marketing strategies on the planet, but if you don't deliver service that is world class, that people will not, if they have to want to refer you, meaning the quality of the work you provide has to be so good that after it's done, people just naturally are inclined to tell other people about it. And so strive to deliver that level of service. And if you combine really powerful marketing strategies with great service, so there's 3 units of your business. There's the before unit, what you do to generate business. There's the during unit. Once you're interacting with someone, how are you communicating with them in the home, on the phone, once they're doing business with you? Then there's the after unit, which after someone has given you money, how do you deliver world-class service so they do business with you over and over again and they refer you to others? So you orchestrate referrals. So don't think of your business as just one thing. Think of it as 3 separate units: before, during, and after. And the marketing systems and the program that Kenny is providing covers all of those: what to do before the sale, what to do during, what to do after. So that's the way to, I think, to look at it.
Well, and that's where Joe taught me that. You've heard me talk about it, and I've given him the kudos of the before, during, and after. And so I spent a lot of time helping you in that during piece. Once we get the tech to the call, once we get a chance to have the conversation with Mrs. Jones, well, now that messaging of what we're doing before we get that tech there, we have nailed how your tech communicates once they're there. Now we've nailed how to get that technician there from proven strategies from my buddy and my mentor. So I just want you to really take a look at this, think about it. We guarantee everything we do. You know that. I mean, what's the risk? You've got nothing to lose other than the opportunity for your greatest life.
Yep.
That's what this is about. It's about life first, then it's about business. To your freedom, to your profit. I'm Kenny Chapman with my buddy Joe Polish. Until we talk again, have a better than fantastic day. We'll see you soon.
Best of luck.